President Tinubu returns to Nigeria after participating in the 2026 Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, said on the sidelines of the summit, Nigeria signed a comprehensive economic partnership agreement with the United Arab Emirates. The agreement aims to deepen economic cooperation, boost bilateral trade and investment, enhance technology transfer, and expand collaboration across key sectors, including energy, infrastructure, agriculture, mining, and renewable energy. In his address, President Tinubu announced that a joint Nigerian-United Arab Emirates investor fair will be held in Lagos in February, an initiative aimed at attracting global investors. President Tinubu also told the summit that Nigeria aims to mobilize up to $30 billion annually in climate and green industrial finance as it accelerates energy transition reforms and expands nationwide electricity access. Meanwhile, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ekperikpe has reassured global investors of Nigeria's favorable investment climate and dynamic policy reforms under President Bola Tinubu. Speaking at the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week, Ekpo highlighted the administration's commitment to unlocking the nation's abundant gas potential through regulatory stability, infrastructure expansion, and private sector partnerships. Lydia Sampson reports.
At the panel discussion, Ekperikpe emphasized that recent reforms have continued to foster transparency, promote cleaner energy, and drive industrial growth.
To say that today in Nigeria, before development of any asset, you have to take into consideration the environment. We align the two to ensure that decarbonization is guaranteed, innovation is attained, and industrialization is equally attained. According to my president, we are looking at making Nigeria a gas economy.
The minister invited investors to leverage Nigeria's position as Africa's gas hub, underscoring that the Tinubu-led government prioritize sustainability and energy transition goals. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Uganda President Yoweri Museveni won his 7th term with 71.65% of votes, according to official results, defeating the youthful challenger who campaigned for change after 4 decades of the same government. The musician turned politician, best known as Bobby Wine, took 24.72% of the vote. The final results showed. Wine, whose real name is Kiangulayi Sentamu, is expected to reject the official outcome. He has condemned what he described as an unfair electoral process marked by an internet shutdown, military deployments, and the alleged abduction of his polling agents. Electoral officials also face questions about the failure of biometrics voter identification machines on Thursday, which caused delays in the start of voting in urban areas, including the capital, Kampala, that are opposition strongholds. After the machines failed, in a blow to pro-democracy activists who have long demanded their use to curb riggings, polling officials used manual registers of voters. The failure of the machines is likely to be the basis for any legal challenges to the official results. Illegal and unregulated gold mining in Africa is generating employment and wealth for young people, particularly in West Africa. However, the work is hazardous, as many have lost their lives in mining pits. Rather than pursuing gold mining, some young Senegalese have chosen to monitor chimpanzees as a profession. Musa Babaliu has the details.
In the remote southeast of Senegal, near the borders of Mali and Guinea, a clan of extraordinary chimpanzees move around, enjoying the warm weather of the savannah. The chimps move around, jumping and scavenging in areas dotted with baobab trees. These chimps have adapted the extreme savanna heat by soaking in pools and resting in cool caves. This group of youths has been monitoring the movement and activities of the chimpanzees in the savannah. Michael Tama Sadiku is the head researcher for the Fungal Savanna Chimpanzees Project, founded in 2001 by American primatologist. He has been here since 2009, studying a community of about 35 West African chimpanzees, the only ones known to live in the bush rather than the dense forests.
Moi avec les chimpanzés, c'est ma deuxième famille.
The chimps are my second family. When I'm done with them, even if I'm alone, it's like I'm with other people.
He said they abandoned what they describe as a lucrative but dangerous gold mining.
I worked in the Diora, the golden mine. One day, I saw a man go down into the tunnel and he never came back up. They pulled his body out with a rope. He suffocated from the gas. That's when I said, no, I can't continue like this.
But they are happy with the project of monitoring and caring for the animals. They believe their findings will be a reference point for researchers, zoologists, and animal health caregivers. For now, the chimpanzees are comfortable with their guidance as well as the environment. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
The Palestinian Committee set to govern post-war Gaza has begun its work in Cairo. Formed on Wednesday as the second phase of the U.S. brokered Gaza ceasefire deal came into effect, the committee is made up of 15 technocrats charged with administrating the Palestinian territory after the Hamas-Israel war. The committee's first meeting was attended by the son-in-law of U.S. President Donald Trump and Bulgarian diplomat Nikolai Mladenov, who is expected to play a key role in the second phase of the Gaza ceasefire. According to diplomatic sources, the committee will be based in Cairo, with members traveling to and fro Gaza regularly. The committee is headed by Gaza native and former Palestinian Authority Deputy Minister Ali Shatz. It is said to be overseen by the Board of Peace, headed by Trump himself. Shatz told Egyptian states that reconstruction will be based on a plan presented by Cairo and Muslim-majority countries, which envisions rebuilding the territory without displacing its inhabitants. The housing issue is very important after the destruction of 85% of homes, Shatz told the channel. Omar Shamali, another member of the committee, meanwhile told AFP that 200,000 prefabricated units will enter Gaza to provide education, health, and security services. Civil society organizations are partnering with the National Orientation Agency, NOAA, to promote National Value Charter in order to reorient citizens towards building a generation of patriotic Nigerians. The advocacy is to mobilize Nigerians to lead the movement for values-driven culture as the foundation for sustainable development under the nationwide value reorientation campaign, which also has the support of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC. Emphasis will be on promoting the 7 national ethics that includes discipline, integrity, dignity of labor, social justice, religious tolerance, self-reliance, and patriotism, thereby reawakening consciousness of Nigerians to the core values. The target of the campaign is to internalize the national core values in homes, workplaces, schools, among other institutions, thereby projecting Nigerians' image at home and abroad.
We will continue to scale leadership programs and expand the NOA GSC CDS nationwide, ensuring that young Nigerians become ambassadors of ethical leadership and responsible citizenship. And to every Nigerian listening today, be the integrity you demand. Be the discipline you expect. And be the patriot you desire. Together, let us make Nigeria the global reference point for values, ethics-driven, sustainable prosperity.
Amphibious excavators escorted by armed police have roared across the waters of Makoko, Africa's largest and most iconic floating community, crushing hundreds of wooden homes perched on stilts above Lagos Lagoon. What once echoed with the sounds of fishing nets and children's laughter now bears the noise of destruction as families are forced adrift in the heart of Nigeria's commercial capital. Details with Justin Bim-Uyi.
Makoko, often called the Venice of Africa, is a floating world built on water, culture, and survival. For generations, families here have lived, worked, and raised their children above the lagoon. Today, that world is being torn apart. Amphibious excavators, escorted by armed policemen, have moved through the community, demolishing hundreds of wooden shacks built on stilts.
That's where my house is, but it has already been demolished.
Entire sections of Makoko have been reduced to rubble, leaving families stranded on the waters they once called home.
I'm no longer going anywhere because of what is going on. I'm a teacher. I also do some small business, but because of a vision, I couldn't do. My house has been demolished. My shop has been demolished. Even the schools where I used to teach, some of them has also been demolished.
In response, residents took to the lagoon in protests, paddling their wooden boats with handwritten signs reading, "Nowhere to go," and "We deserve peace in our community." For fisherman Fashinu Felix, the destruction of Makoko threatens more than shelter. It threatens a livelihood that supports the entire city.
Our forefathers were omi làwọn máa ń jẹ, ẹja ló máa ń pa, ẹja yẹn òun la fi rán àwọn ọmọ wa lọ sí ilé ìwé, gbogbo wọn ló dẹ̀ ń ka ìwé. So àǹfààní pé a máa ń lọ sí odò, a lọ ń pẹ ẹja, àwa tà fún àwọn èèyàn, oúnjẹ, àǹfààní tí a rí yẹn, àǹfààní omi là ń jẹ, torí ẹ̀ la fi ń gbé orí omi.
But daily life in Makoko is rapidly collapsing. Children have stopped going to school. Parents have lost their means of survival. Many families now sleep on boats, covering themselves with thin tents, with no stable shelter and nowhere else to turn. The demolitions, which began in late December 2025, are officially meant to clear a 30-meter safety corridor beneath high-tension power lines. However, rights groups and NGOs say the destruction extended more than 200 meters into the heart of the community. More than 10,000 residents, mostly of Gun heritage, have been displaced. At least 3 deaths have been reported, including 2 infants, allegedly linked to the use of tear gas and force during the evictions. Nigeria's ambition is to transform Lagos into a mega city, with plans to redevelop the waterfront. But for Makoko's residents, this vision feels like erasure, a struggle between urban expansion and the survival of a community that has lived on water for generations. Makoko is not just a slum, it is a living heritage. And as the waters of Lagos Lagoon ripple beneath abandoned homes and drifting boats, the question remains, who truly benefits from progress and at what cost? Justin Bim-Uyi, NTA News.
You're staying with the NTA. Moving on now, for the 4th time within a year, Kannywood actors, media professionals, and social media influencers have assembled in Kano to draw attention to the impacts of federal government interventions across northern Nigeria. The engagement focuses on major development initiatives of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration while mobilizing sustained public support for ongoing national programs. Our Salisu reports.
Kano has once again played host to a convergence of Kannywood actors, media practitioners and social media influencers, all united by a common goal to amplify awareness of federal government interventions across northern Nigeria. The engagement serves as a platform to showcase key development projects and policy initiatives of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration, highlighting their impact on communities and livelihoods across the region. Participants at the forum emphasized the importance of strategic communication in bridging the gap between government policies and the public, noting that informed citizens are more likely to support and sustain national programs.
Key developments include the Adamawa-Fufuri Cameroon border, the Mina to Kontagora Road, and the long-delayed Diko Junction, now nearing completion, as well as the overhead bridge leading to Mina town.
Most of our people are thinking that Mr. President is not doing anything in northern Nigeria. But when we go around, especially where the places that we have seen in the video, we have seen very, very many projects that is going on now in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria.
By leveraging the influence of film, media and digital platforms, the gathering seeks to deepen public understanding, encourage constructive dialogue, and strengthen confidence in ongoing efforts aimed at national development. As these engagements continue, stakeholders believe they will further enhance public participation and reinforce collective support for the administration's vision for northern Nigeria and the nation at large. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
Zamfara State Office of the Sustainable Development Goals has commenced the distribution of startup capital to more than 7,000 small-scale businesses across the state. The initiative targets vulnerable individuals in various sectors. Correspondent Haliru Mohammed has more.
The Startup Capital Distribution under the Zamfara State Sustainable Development Goals Program targets vulnerable individuals in various sectors including poultry, carpentry, barbering, food vending, and tailoring, among others. These are the first batch of the beneficiaries, numbering 500, drawn from across the 11 wards of Safi local government area, receiving the support. Flagging of the distribution, Zamfara State Governor, represented by the State Commissioner for Environment and Natural Resources, Kasimu Sani, reiterated the state government's commitment to implementing programs that improve the well-being of the populace. Special advisor to the governor on SDGs, Dr. Aliu Adamu Barmo, announced that additional SDG-aligned programs are in the pipeline.
His Excellency very soon will support 147,000 population in Zamfara State with gesture of either funding and the kind of support that we have just provided today, inshallah.
Chairman of Safi Local Government Council, Garba Panchas, and the Emir of Safi's representative, Sarkin Gabas Aliu Abubakar Aliu, among other speakers, commended Governor Dauda Lawal for the initiative and urged the beneficiaries to utilize the support effectively. A total of 7,500 poor and vulnerable individuals across the state are billed to benefit from the program. In Gusau, Halir Muhammad, NTA News.
And in Kogi State, government has taken steps to improve production, processing and packaging of cashew to make it a major revenue earner while generating millions of jobs for its citizens. Governor Usman Ododo made this known at the Lugat's house during the flag-off of the 2026 cashew season and unveiling of the state's procurement policy in Lokoja. Ayodele Ibemi reports.
Nigeria's cashew production currently ranks as the fourth largest in the world, with 450 metric tons and export value exceeding $700 million. Kogi State remained the leading producer of cashew in Nigeria, with its prominence both at the local and international markets. While flagging off the 2026 cashew season in Lokoja, the Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo also launched the free distribution of hybrid cashew seedlings to registered farmers across the state to boost production. He reiterates his administration's commitment to the procurement policy, which he says is to promote value addition through processing, packaging and branding, as well as to strengthen revenue generation for the overall socio-economic development of the state.
We are gathered here to clearly demonstrate our resolve to translate policies into practical actions and to deliver measurable outcomes that directly improve the lives of our people across Kogi State.
Director General, Kogi State Commodity Exchange, Export Promotion and Market Development Agency Adewale Victor Omofaye and other stakeholders described the event as timely, adding that it is all about productivity, quality, market access and shared prosperity.
One of the agro products is cashew. And we believe this very cashew must work for us in the state.
For you to see cashew as a commodity that can take away poverty from our people, you are in the right direction.
So this initiative that you have created to add value to our raw material cash crop is highly appreciated by the traditional institution.
It shows your dedicated heart not only to govern the people, but to assist the people.
The program is organized by the Kogi State Community Exchange, Export Promotion and Market Development Agency, signaling the official commencement of this year's cashew business in Kogi State. In Lokoja, Ayodele Ibibemi, NTA News.
Taraba State Governor Abu Kefas has flagged off the All Progressives Congress APC digital membership registration in his hometown Wukari local government area of the state. Speaking at the ceremony, Governor Kefas said the e-registration exercise is designed to give equal opportunity to all party members and ensure a credible, transparent membership system. Godwin Inaleku completes the report.
E-registration is an online registration which does not necessarily need the presence of an individual to be captured. Flagging off the exercise, Governor Kefas explains that through the process, members' details are captured electronically, making them bona fide members of the APC. The governor emphasizes that the e-registration process is mandatory, noting that no member can be revalidated without being electronically registered. He urges party members to actively participate in the exercise, with special emphasis on women whom he describes as the backbone and mobilizers of the party. He reaffirms his administration's strong support for women's participation in politics and party activities, expressing appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for taking the digital registration initiative seriously and ensuring that governors oversee the process.
This e-registration is to give everybody equal opportunity. Nobody will go and alter your document. So you will be captured and your name will be in the system and you are a bona fide member of APC.
The governor further commends the national chairman of the APC, Professor Nentawe Yilwadta, for his commitment to strengthening the party. The Taraba State APC chairman El Sudi Ibrahim commends Governor Kefas and members of the e-registration committee for their dedication, describing the exercise as a landmark initiative aimed at strengthening the party's internal structure and ensuring a transparent and credible membership system towards repositioning the party for greater success. The zonal administrator of the APC e-registration exercise, Ayuba Ambo, says he has been monitoring the process across the zone and calls for more support to enable the committee register more members effectively. From Wukari, Godwin Inalewu, NTA News.
Report reaching us says Nigeria beats the Egyptian team by 4-2 through penalty shootout to win the bronze medal. Good one for Nigeria and kudos to the Super Eagles. And this is where we end the news. Thanks for watching. I'm Vivian Izadi.